So I gotta make sure I have everything. I've got butter, I've got cream cheese, I've got heavy cream, I've got Parmesan, I got lemon juice. I didn't have fettuccine, so I'm using spaghetti. I've got garlic, I've got some parsley. So the first thing I want to do is get my water boiling. And remember, your water should taste like the sea. So I'm going to add my pasta to my water. In the first 30 seconds or so, you want to make sure you're moving that around so it doesn't stick, okay? And we're gonna cook the pasta to al dente. So on your worksheet, you wanna put cooked pasta to al dente in salted water, okay? That's what you wanna do. Now I'm gonna go back and I'm going to prep my garlic. I'm going to turn my pan on so when I cook my chicken, it's ready to go. You always want a hot pan, and we're going to saute, which means high heat, low fat. So it's a dry cooking method. And I want to cut my garlic. I'm going to mince it. So I got 2 cloves of garlic.
What are you making?
Chicken Alfredo. Okay, I like using chicken breast. I want to cut those into, I like strips. I remove any fat. And I like cutting into strips. I think it looks better on the plate. Bit of olive oil. You always heat your pan first, then add your oil. It should sizzle when you put it in. And I cook it about 80% on one side so it gets brown. Hopefully you guys see that. You don't want to overcook it. Check my pasta. Al dente, to the tooth. I'm going to turn my heat down to medium. Set this aside. I'm going to wipe out any excess oil. We don't want high heat because we're going to be using butter. Okay. So make sure because if you add in and it's too hot, your butter will burn immediately, and we don't want that. Make sure everything's ready. This sauce goes together very quickly. I'm going to add my garlic. A little bit of salt. Oh, we season along the way. Pepper. I'm going to mix it just till it's fragrant, meaning I can smell the garlic. Then I want to add my cream cheese. Cream cheese is a secret. It helps keep the sauce moist. Not moist, but it holds it together. It's like an emulsion. Don't want to burn my garlic, so now I'm going to add my heavy cream. If you don't like heavy cream and you want to reduce, you could use milk and chicken stock. And then you would thicken it, because we don't have a thickener in this besides the heavy cream. You would thicken it with a cornstarch slurry, which I'll be showing you what that is, which is equal parts of water to cornstarch. And you mix that together, cold water, and you would add it to your sauce just to thicken it as needed. I'm going to bring this to a simmer. I'm going to add a squirt of lemon juice for flavor. Check my pasta, it should be done. And I just squeeze it. If it squeezes in my fingers easily, I know it's done. I'm going to turn that off. And then I'm going to pull this up and let that drain. Hopefully you guys can see that. I love baskets. It's so much easier because I can cook the pasta ahead, and if I wanted to reheat it, I just dump it back into the water. And then I save some of that pasta water if I need it to thin out my Alfredo. So heavy cream reduces when it thickens because of all the fat that it has in it. Okay. I'm going to add my Parmesan. That's going to help thicken it as well. Turn the heat down a little bit. As that melts. Parmesan is aged cheese. If you're lactose intolerant, you can eat aged cheese. I'm going to add my chicken back in and heat that back up, because we want to make sure our chicken's nice and hot. Chicken again should be cooked to 165. Kill all the salmonella. Chicken should be stored on the bottom of your refrigerator. Now I'm going to add all of my pasta in. Again, you can make fresh pasta, which you guys have done. And then you want to make sure that you coat all of your noodles in Alfredo. If you don't like chicken, you can use vegetables. Seafood is really good, Alfredo. Shrimp Alfredo. Wouldn't use beef, wouldn't use pork. It's too heavy. Again, that sauce is heavy enough. So make sure that it's tossed really good, okay? If it's too thick, I would take some of my pasta water, add it to it, to thin it down. I use the pasta water because it's got the starch in it from the pasta, okay? If after a while your sauce sits and it gets thick, go ahead and put it back in the pot, heat it up, add a little bit of your pasta water, and that's going to help it along the way, okay? Now for plate, and then we're going to garnish. So always work over the plate, not away from it, so that you don't drip on your nice clean edges. Pick up, go to the center of the plate, and then Put your chicken on top so people can see it. Then some parsley for color. And then you could add some Parmesan on top of that. And then at the table, somebody says, would you like pepper? You can add a little pepper for color. So that is chicken Alfredo.